Hello everyone, this is Igal and we are live. Hope everyone is doing fantastic. I'm here with you without Maor this time. He's in Morocco sending his best regards. And we'll start in a moment. Meanwhile, I will wait for some people to join in. I want you to tell me if you can hear me okay, if the screen is visible. For now, we see just a window inside a window. Later, we'll change to something more interesting. Let me open my Facebook. Dropshipping. All right. Today will be kind of a more a concise live. We'll have some news that I wanted to share with you, some pretty big news regarding eBay. Then I'll kind of do, actually I do kind of a freestyle thing where I'll show you a little bit how I find items, how I explore sellers, explore competition, do some research. It will be fun. So let's see. Okay, we have someone live with us, so welcome. If you can hear me okay, just let me know. If there's a problem, then you can write down in the comments. Also, if you have any questions, if you want to add something you want me to discuss with you or discuss in the air, that would be great. All right. So I think without further ado, let's start. So again, hello everyone, this is Igal. Today I will be hosting the Dropshipping News Live session alone because Maor is currently in Morocco doing his eBay stuff, helping other people, and he wishes best regards from there, and he will join us back next time in a week. Meanwhile, I'll start with you regarding some eBay news. So, if you don't know, eBay has this page. It's called eBay Inc. or eBayincorporated.com, where they have some news. They also have seller centrals and stuff like that, where you can really have some some news, some insights to have as a professional seller. That would be something that can be beneficial to you. Also, there's another site, not sure if you're familiar with, it's called EcommerceBytes. It's a site that has been in the air for 20 years, and it also has a lot of e-commerce news, some insights they have some opinions that you can read, and these are people who are also have been around the block for a long time, and it's worth your time to kind of go there, see what they have to say. There's some interesting news here as well. All right, so let's start with some eBay news. And the eBay news are that there will be a multi-user access. This is something that we waited for a long time. Actually, let me go straight here to see the news itself. So what it means is that if you recall, one major problem that eBay has for a long time up until now is that if you want to give your VA or your employee access, you cannot give them access to just parts of eBay. You can only give them access to the whole account. And this is a problem because you don't always want them to access everything. You just want them to have, let's say, listings uploaded, or maybe do some shipping, some returns, some cases, messages maybe. So finally, eBay has an answer, a solution for that. And what they're going to do is roll out gradually a multi-user account access, which is similar to what you have on PayPal or on Amazon and in other platforms as well. They're going to roll it out for sellers who are enlisted or enrolled into the Seller Hub. Basically, if you have a store, you can opt in the Sellers Hub, and you'll have that access. I think if you want to see where it is exactly, it will be if you go to your account settings, on the left side you have kind of menu with links, and in this menu it says at the bottom permissions. Inside there you should be able to see what permissions you can delegate to other accounts. For now it's not open for everyone, but it should be like in the following, literally the following next weeks or so, to be enrolled for everyone. Let me just see that that the whole live video is going. I want to make sure that everything's okay. All right. Yeah, awesome. So I can hear myself. That's great. Awesome. So that's the first news. So I think this is very good if you want to give your VAs some access. For now, what I have done is I've been using VPNs or proxies for them to access my account, and I would only give full access to my account, which was the only options, to people who I trusted for a long time. And now you can give even newer VAs that you don't want to give them access to everything, just to specific parts. So let's see what other stuff we can say here about the multi-user account access. So yeah, it provides security and privacy. So later this year they will provide more permission. Okay, they say eBay is among the first e-commerce companies to enable this feature at scale, beginning with rollout in the US. I'll have to disagree because they're probably very late to the party. Amazon were much sooner implemented this feature, and also PayPal, so that's not really accurate. Okay, so something else I wanted to discuss with you is that eBay is going to roll something that's called eBay Managed Delivery. Here it is. What it's going to be is essentially kind of similar to Amazon's fulfillment, FBA, fulfillment by Amazon, but it does have some differences, and we'll talk about it. What it does is it helps people who sell some high volume stuff like electronics or maybe home consumer goods and stuff like that, to make it easier for them and faster for the clients to get them. So if now eBay only allows self-fulfillment, not something that you can go and send to eBay warehouses and then they ship it, but you directly ship to the buyer, there's no guarantee that you'll send it on time. So the buyer kind of doesn't know where it delivers to them. It's especially painful for if you've been using, let's say, AliExpress or Chinese suppliers. It's kind of a big deal to send something like that because it takes a lot of time, it can be damaged on the way, so on and so forth. So here what they're offering is essentially something like Amazon fulfillment. You give us the product and we will make sure that it goes to the buyer and it will happen fast. But the main difference here is that it's not eBay who are going to have these warehouses. What they're going to do is they have what they call strategic partners, which are warehouses that they will use to host or to store your item. And once they tell you to ship this item to this warehouse, you'll be able to manage it from there. So you will be able to either send it to eBay buyers that bought from you directly from there, and they will have like 3 days or less of shipping speed. Or you can use it also as off-channel, like Amazon has on their FBA, also an opportunity for you to sell outside of Amazon and just use these warehouses as a location to store your items. Let's read if they have here something interesting that we missed. So it will be available to US sellers in 2020. I believe that it will also be available for sellers who sell in ebay.com, not only US sellers like who are physically in the US. Yes, you can also manage and track your inventory through Seller Hub and third-party integration, which is good. It means that you can see what items you have in store in their warehouses, and you can use other integrations, maybe some monitors or some other software that you can use in the future that will help you manage that. That could be interesting. The managed delivery will be competitively priced, of course, because eBay are a big company. They can negotiate very good prices. So we anticipate sellers with high volume inventory in popular categories like electronics, home and garden, and fashion, that they will benefit the most. If it's right for you, you'll be able to opt in. It's your choice. Yeah, so it's not mandatory. It's like the global shipping program. If you remember, the global shipping program is something similar, where they partner up with Pitney Bowes, which is a logistics company, to send stuff that you sell to their logistics fulfillment center, and from there they can send it to all over the world. The thing with the GSP, Global Shipping Program, if you remember when it rolled out, it caused a lot of problems because many sellers rolled in or opted in without their own consent. So it was like eBay automatically gave it to them without asking them, do they want it? And it caused problems because there were returns and there were questions regarding items from people from abroad when they were not ready for that. Hopefully, in this case, the managed delivery will not pose such a problem, because it's something that you have to actually take some stock and go to manage and send it to the warehouse that you're going to use. It's going to be interesting because if I'm thinking about it, maybe they will be able to give you an opportunity to maybe store your own private label items and then use it as a delivery method, not only to eBay but to your, let's say, Shopify store or even on Amazon, and kind of expand yourself more than just selling on eBay with that option available. It would be interesting. What do they say here? So we'll protect you. Yeah, and they say also that the customer support is, as with Amazon, will be handled by eBay, I guess, for most cases. Increased visibility. This is something also very interesting. Make your listings stand out. Let buyers know you'll get their purchases to them in 3 days or less. We talked about it. Very similar again to FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon. Because as you know, if you sell something using FBA, you will appear higher in the list. You will appear in the buy box more than someone who sells it from their own stock or from their own warehouse. Let's see, reliability, 100% tracking, which is good. It means that it will be easier for you to become a top-rated seller. Quality packaging, that's good. Speedy delivery, right. Also item not as described, protection and defects, that's good. That's interesting. Let's see if we have some messages or questions. All right, I see that some people joined us, which makes me happy. That's good. Okay, let's see what else. So this is managed delivery. This is kind of a brochure here. Let's see what else. We talked about India's Paytm Mall. That's going to kind of integrate eBay sellers into their site. I think there was something with Alibaba. Yeah, Alibaba is going to now offer US sellers to offer stock through them, to kind of be some of the source suppliers. Let's see if I can find these news. Okay, so let's see in the news. Yep. Great. So Alibaba.com opens platform to US sellers. basically, if now it allowed only sellers from China or from other countries except the United States to be suppliers, now they can offer US people and US companies to be some of their suppliers. Let's see if we have something interesting here other than that, because it's not something that's too relevant for us, but it's nice to know. All right. Yeah. Okay, so that's regarding that. Now, we talked regarding Therapic integration some time ago, and what happens now is that they give more support, more integration help. You have more data regarding your performance in the store. Also, they give you 1 year of data going back with Therapic, so you can now have much better data regarding trends, regarding your performance, competitors, some items and some hot selling items, titles, and so on. Okay, so these were kind of the main news that I wanted to talk about. Let's see if we have any questions. If you want, you can post them now. We'll wait a little bit, and after that, I guess what I'll show you is a little bit how I find items, how I explore, how I do some competition research, so on and so forth. So let's see. Nice, we have some people here joining us. That's good. I'm curious. Let's see if we have something more interesting here that they mention. eBay migrates Canadians and Australians to Seller Hub. It's about time. That's good. eBay launches buy again feature and enhanced search. It's something that's similar to what Amazon has had for years. US fulfillment service will launch, as we discussed. New seller tools, I think it's mainly the Therapic thing that we already talked about. Multi-user, yeah, it's the same. By the way, I don't know if you guys had any problems lately with eBay's payment thing. We had with some of my accounts problems with the payment because they kind of changed the way that you do it slightly. When you do a one-time payment, they redirect you to some place and then the transaction is canceled. So watch out if you have like some unpaid invoices for eBay, because you don't want to miss these payments. You don't want to put your account in danger. Just make sure in your account settings, in your seller account tab or seller account page, that the invoice that you had to pay for this month has been paid. It usually is appearing on the 16th or 17th of the month. So just make sure that everything there is good to prevent any suspension, any errors. This is something that a couple of people talked to me about, and I know that there were some problems with that. Okay. Awesome. So you know what? Let's now go and do some good old research. I like to start with some random stuff. I don't know, let's say chair. This is something that I kind of looked into a few days ago. So I go to Amazon, I put some words, some basic keywords, and let's say we found something like this one. So I'll take part of this title. I go to eBay. Paste it. And I'll just watch if the price is right, because here it's $48. Let's see on eBay. what can we see? Now, this is interesting because this one looks very similar. It's from the United Kingdom, so it is not relevant for us. So you know what, let's go to somewhere else, let's say here. Okay, let's see if we have something similar to that. It's UK delivery. Interesting, all of them are from the UK. From Canada, from Denmark. All right, I think it's because this account is set up for Israel, so it doesn't show some results that are for the United States. Let's actually choose maybe another keyword because this one maybe doesn't have some things that I want to show. Let's start with that, for example. Okay, so this one is $18.99. We're looking for something to be at least, let's say, 21, 22, and so on, because after eBay fees, we are left with the profit. So we want to leave something for ourselves. So, okay, we have this one, we have that one. Let's actually look at this one. Okay, so that's good. What's nice is that they're using not the regular picture, but they use something that they created, a collage, some little bit of design here. Maybe actually they used this one. So this already makes them stand out of the crowd, which is nice. But they're kind of a new seller here, so it's not very interesting for me. Let's look at this one. Okay, this seems like a more experienced seller. So they have this image here. They also have this promotion. So there are some offers that you can create using eBay. It's not promoted listings, it's called the promotions, if I'm not mistaken. And you can do that to all of your items, some of your items. What's good regarding that is that it shows kind of this text in your item page, and it really stands out from the crowd, because if you see that, you'll look at the store in a more professional manner. They also, once you click on it, they also have all the other items that are in this kind of promotion. So this is something that you can do. It usually is, let's see where it is exactly. I don't think this account has the seller hub, but let's see. No, this account doesn't have it. But yeah, you can look up promotions in your account, and you'll see that you can create some promotion. You can buy one, get one. You can create like faster shipping for some items. You can create, let's say, free shipping if you take 3 items, or maybe, let's say, free shipping and expedited shipping are the main ones, I guess. So okay, so that's good. So that's something that we can already learn from the seller and implement in our store. And you don't have to get a big discount, like 5% is okay, because even with 5%, you will have this thing showing up, which increase the professional look of your listing. As we can see, he's using AutoDS because this is his template. It's the regular template of AutoDS. Also, you can see that it says copyright 2017 for AutoDS, so it's kind of disclosing that. The next thing I do is I usually see other items. Sometimes it won't show everything again because this one is set up for Israel, so it might not show me all of them. But yeah, we have some nice amount of items. And again, he has here in the results, his promotion, buy one get one at 5% off. So he does that for, I guess, all of his items. Let's see. Actually, let's go to his feedback score and kind of look at some interesting data. So he's from Israel. One nice thing that I'd like to do to kind of have a rough estimate of how much a person sells is look at the feedback score and look how many feedbacks they received in the last month. Usually 1 in 3 people, 1 in 3 buyers leave feedback. So if you take it here, let's say 82 people left some kind of feedback in the last month. If we multiply that by 3, we have about 240. So 240 sales that month, from which 80 left some feedback. So this is regarding the percentage, about 30-33%. This is usually the rule of thumb for me, and I saw that it really is what's the situation in most cases. So we know that they sell about 240 items per month, at least last month. So here we can see what they're selling. We talked with Maor in the last or the one before last session regarding making your listings private. So if you would create private listings, here in the feedback you would not see what item it is. So persons like me would not be able to research your store and your sales so easily as I do now. So let's say, for example, let's take that item. Okay, this one also sold. Let's see. I guess if we check, we'll find this in Amazon for a better price. So yeah, he sold it. Let's see for how much. He sold it for $20. It costs $15. So he had a nice little profit here. So that's good. Now, usually what I usually see, or what I wanted to actually see, is in the top of the list of the items they sell, you will usually see what are their best sellers. You can use some software like Therapik or Zik Analytics, where you can actually see specifically what are the sales number for the items. You can sort them by high to low. I don't want to really get into this right now because it's kind of out of the scope here, but basically you will see once they have good enough margin for you, like in this case we had a nice healthy margin, you can see what their most successful items are and copy them. Because if they were items with 0 margin or even negative margin, you wouldn't want to go with that seller because it's tough to compete with them, even if they're very successful high quantity selling items. In this case, it's good because their margin is good for us, so that would be a seller that I look into. So actually, I wanted to show you something that sells a lot, but here I don't see that. 2 sales is good, but not enough. Let's search for somebody else. So this one is also interesting because he sells for even a higher profit. I don't really want to use sellers that are new because they don't have enough successful items that I can usually take and implement in my own store. Let's see. Okay. Let's see other items. Okay, that's interesting. Out of stock. Okay, let's go to the feedback and see some items that have sold, and we can actually see, yeah, oh, that's a good one. So we just talked regarding private listings. So this is a great example. You see the feedback, but you don't see the item. So I cannot research this item. So that's good if you're a seller to do that. You can do this in your account settings. Here we have some that are not private, so that's good. Let's go and see them. This one has 6 sold. This is nice. Let's see if we can find it on Amazon. So that's 1207. Seems like this one. Let's see. Yes, it's this one. However, you can see that they use a different photo. So that's interesting because usually we compete on the same items and there's the same picture, the same photo, and it's boring for consumers to see the same stuff again. And eBay sees that and it puts you lower in the results. So it's good that he created a better picture. Maybe he took it from here because it looks like the same item. Let's see. Okay. But he got this picture from some other place, which is great. And this makes him obviously sell more than the others. He uses, I can see that he uses, I think it's a DSM tool. Usually they use something very similar to that. So he's also a dropshipper, and we can understand that he's also probably dropshipping from Amazon. It gives us more information regarding that. He has thousands views here, which is nice. Although the conversion rate of 6 items sold out of 1,000 views is not that great, but still not bad. Okay, so we have some people watching. If you have any questions, you can post them now. I want to show you another way to kind of find items and find ideas. I showed it before with watch count. Some people asked me to show it again, so I'll show it to you right now. So let's say wedding cake. Interesting. Let's make it US. Wedding cake knives. All right, so this side just shows us the number of watchers that items have, and it sorts it by high to low. Usually, if there's a lot of watchers, there's also a lot of interest in this item and sales. So this one looks very similar to what we just saw. So let's see if it has any sales. And yeah, he has many sales. He has almost 1,000 sales. It costs more, and he says that you can engrave your name here. Let's see, it's interesting. Does Amazon have this also? All right, so we have here this one engraved. Okay, and this one, that's interesting. So for 17 plus 6, it's 23. Okay, a little bit expensive for us, but yeah, it's the same, I guess. So yeah, if we take this one, this is $23. They're selling it for 25. Let's see if there's any shipping cost to the United States, because then it could be even better. No, so this is free shipping. But the good news here is that if you look at the photo, it's not very appealing. It's not very interesting. It doesn't have any background, any more information, any like a little kind of branding here. Remember, we looked at this one. This is much better. So what you could do essentially is take this picture, because it's the same item, yeah, it's the same thing. So you would take a picture like this, you would edit it, you would put something, your name engraved here, or whatever you want to write here, and then you put it for a price that allows for some profit for you. Let's say not 25, because it wouldn't leave any profit. Let's say 27, 28. This would leave you with, like, let's say $2 if you buy the cheapest one there that offers engraved. You would still sell, maybe not 800, maybe not 1,000, but a lot. Why? Because if you use their successful title, which proved to be successful because they had so many sales, and I promise you it's not the picture that made it. So if you use their title, you put a better picture like we showed before, and you put a price that is slightly higher, not too much, but just a bit, you would for sure, I promise you, have sales for that item. That would be a successful item for you. Furthermore, if we look at the description, let's see. So their description is also, it's kind of something that reminds me of the web in the 90s, in the later 90s, that you have no pictures, no images, no kind of text boxes or any designs. So it's enough that you'll take like a few pictures, a few close-up things here, and put them over the, like, in the text or between the text. It will substantially increase the rate of people who buy from you. Also, you see the styling here is not very good. It's one font here, another font there, and I don't know, some colors that don't really match, like pink, red, and blue. So you can improve on that, and by putting just a slightly higher price, you can definitely earn earn sales and profit from putting an item like this in a better, more optimized listing. Okay, let's see. Hello, Mohammed. Nice to meet you. All right. Let's see. We're 38 minutes in. I want to see another example of that. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so this is wedding knife. Let's see what else. If you want, guys, you can offer a random keyword, and I will do research and show how I do research on that keyword. I saw something interesting. No, it wasn't that. Let's see. Okay. Netgear Nighthawk. Nope. Want to see something with a high amount of sales. Okay. Let's actually search for a random keyword. Okay, generate random words. Okay, healing is interesting. Let's take healing. Okay, these items are cheap. I want something more expensive. I want to see if we have something that, oh, by the way, these are popular. This is something that you can also source from Amazon or even from AliExpress. People buy it a lot. This is very fashionable. And not only this color, but like brown, green, blue, black, so on. Yeah, these are two cheap items. I don't want something that cheap. Let's see. Cradle is interesting. All right. So we have here some baby cradles, some stuff like that, some phone things for the car. Let's see, this one is interesting. Wow, this one sold 4,000 times. Let's see if we can find something in Amazon that's like that and for a better price. All right, so that one looks nice, but it has $10 shipping, so it's irrelevant for us. Maybe if we sort by low to high. Okay, so let's explore that a bit. This one looks very, very similar to many of these. Like they have this little bag here that looks like that. It seems to me that if we find here an item that is similar to that, and we can improve some things, that could be a good item for us to sell. So let's see. All right. Let's see if this one comes with Prime. No. Let's see if we have some Prime items here for that. It's okay if it's not Prime, as long as the person that you are buying it from has a good track record. This one is Prime, at least that's what it showed. Yes. Okay. Sometimes, just so you know, it says ships from and sold by so and so, but because they have a good track record with Amazon, they grant them the Prime logo as well, even though it's not from the Amazon warehouse. Okay, so this one is $80. This one is also about $80. Let's see what we can, if we can find some other massage beds that are more expensive in eBay, so that we know that we have a chance to sell. Let's look at sold items. I want to see something similar to that one. Okay, there's a pink one that looks the same as that one. That sold for $100. Okay, this one also for $100. Let's see if we have a white one. Yep. Okay, so this one could be interesting because, let's see. Okay, so it comes, does it come with these things also? Let's see. Yeah, so this one looks very, very similar. Even identical. Yeah, it looks, if not identical, then very similar. So this one, actually, because this costs 85 and this one for 103, this can leave you with some profit if you like put it for 105, 107, and if they sold 135, you can definitely sell maybe a little bit less pieces, but still, if you create a better picture. Now they created a collage, which is nice. You can put some other stuff like background, like maybe some branding here, or that fast delivery, 2-day shipping, because this one comes with Prime. So this is something that you might want to explore. Also, maybe you can contact them and ask them if they can give you a better price. So this is something that I also did before. I contacted suppliers from Amazon, and sometimes they did give me a better price. Let's see what else. Well, there's the example with the cookers that I sometimes give. Let's see. Okay. This is a cool item, by the way. It's a folding barbecue stand. They sold 2,000. Let's see if you have this on eBay. Foldable BBQ. Yeah, this one for 22. Interesting. Let's see if we can find something cheaper. Let's be more specific. Okay, this one is good enough. I'm curious to see whether we have this one for cheaper. Like we had that one for 20 something. Okay. So this one is also shipping from the United States, 24.29. Let's see what prices they sold it before. So yeah, these are the prices. So again, what you can do is, even though at this price you would hardly have any profit, if at all, if you put it slightly more, let's say 26 or 27, you will still be able to sell, because again, you maybe put some background here. You can put this picture here, like with the actual meat on the grill. You can definitely sell, even if not at that speed, at that volume. You will still be successful, especially if you use this winning kind of title, because the title essentially is what's most important for selling, and then the picture, and then the price, and so on. So that's regarding that. Let's see if we have some info on eBay on what's sold for maybe even a better price. So we have here this one. Let's see if it sold anything. No, this one didn't sell. Want to see these exact items. Sold. Okay, so 24.29, we already saw that. 23, 27. All right. It's interesting. Today's kind of a difficult one. I don't know why. Let's see another page, and if not, then we'll end it at that. That's also sold for even less than 24. Okay, so we didn't find really another one like that that sold in a price that's profitable for us. In any case, as we saw, we can improve some listings, we can have some ideas, and to then create our own listings that will sell maybe not as much as the crazy ones, the one that sell like 1,000 items, but we can still sell some if we use the title, if we create better pictures, so on. And if not, then we always have our other method, which is just take items that we know for sure that they are dropshipping from Amazon, and then put it also on our account. Okay, so I think with that we're going to finish today's session. I want to thank everyone for today. If we have any questions, I'll give a minute here to kind of to answer. As I said, Maor will be joining us back again the next week on Monday. Today he's in Morocco, and he's sending his best regards. Let's see if we have some questions. Okay, great. So thank you again, and I'll see you next week on the next Dropshipping News live session on Monday at 4 p.m. Thank you, and bye-bye, everyone.